Juliette Lewis has never played by the rules. From the moment she stepped into Hollywood, it was clear she wasn't interested in being just another actress. She was here to shake things up. Born in 1973 to actor Jeffrey Lewis and graphic designer Glennis Batley, she grew up in a world filled with creativity. By the time she was 12, she was already landing roles, and it didn't take long for her to prove she had something special. Her raw talent and fearless approach to acting set her apart, leading to some of the most unforgettable performances in Hollywood history. One of the most talked-about roles of her career came in 1994, when she played Mallory Knox in Oliver Stone's controversial film Natural Born Killers. Mallory wasn't just a character, she was a wild force of nature, unpredictable, dangerously captivating, and completely unfiltered. She grabbed audiences by the throat and didn't let go. The film itself was a brutal, chaotic take on crime and media obsession, and Juliette's performance was at the heart of it. She fully embraced Mallory's dark and seductive energy, creating a character that was both terrifying and hypnotic. Some critics thought the film was too extreme, but there was no denying the impact of her performance. Decades later, Mallory Knox is still one of the most iconic characters ever put on screen. But before Natural Born Killers, she had already made waves in a role that was just as intense. In 1991, she starred in Cape Fear, Martin Scorsese's psychological thriller about a convicted criminal seeking revenge. At just 17, she played Danielle Bowden, a teenager caught in the crosshairs of Robert De Niro's menacing Max Cady. One particular scene, where De Niro's character seduces her in an unsettling, almost hypnotic way, became one of the film's most talked-about moments. It was disturbing, bold, and incredibly risky, but Juliette handled it with the kind of maturity that most young actors couldn't pull off. Her performance was so powerful that it earned her Academy Award and Golden Globe nominations for Best Supporting Actress, proving she wasn't afraid to take on roles that pushed boundaries. Then came From Dusk Till Dawn in 1996, a film that threw crime, action, and horror into a blender and created something unforgettable. Directed by Robert Rodriguez and written by Quentin Tarantino, it was anything but predictable. Juliette played Catherine Fuller, a young woman caught in the middle of a violent vampire showdown. It was a role that required her to balance fear, strength, and survival instincts, and she did it in a way that made audiences root for her until the very end. The film's mix of gritty action and supernatural chaos gave her another chance to show how easily she could adapt to any genre, proving that she was far from a one-note actress. But her career hasn't just been about intensity and edge. She's also taken on roles that radiate confidence and effortless cool. In 2009's Whip It, she played Iron Maven, a fierce and competitive roller derby queen who wasn't afraid to play dirty. She wasn't the film's protagonist, but she stole every scene she was in. Her commanding presence, tough attitude, and rebellious energy made roller derby look like the most badass sport on the planet. A year later, in The Switch, 2010, she switched things up with a more lighthearted role as Debbie Epstein, the quirky and supportive best friend. Even in a more comedic setting, she brought her signature charm, proving that she could add something special to any film, no matter the tone. Beyond acting, Juliette has never been content staying in just one lane. Her love for music led her to front the rock band Juliette and the Licks, where she channeled the same wild energy she brought to the screen into electrifying live performances. Whether in movies or on stage, she's always been unapologetically herself, bold, unpredictable, and completely in control. More recently, she's continued to take on complex and fascinating roles, including a standout performance in Yellowjackets. The psychological thriller has only added to her long list of unforgettable projects, proving that even after decades in the industry, she still refuses to play it safe. Juliette Lewis isn't just an actress, she's a force. Whether playing dangerously seductive characters, fierce competitors, or strong-willed survivors, She brings a level of intensity and authenticity that few can match. The real question isn't what she's done, it's what she'll do next. Whatever it is, one thing is for sure, it won't be boring.